Township police arrested.
Text messages here. Let me go to the next one. The way the world of manufacturing goes like this, the parts are all made by someone else. The logo that gets put on the final product determines the price. You're right. A lot of the companies here that, they're not putting circuit boards together and they're not manufacturing the components. They're assembling it and they're branding. And so we have branding and sales companies here that assemble and make a product that is just made almost all of other people's stuff, other people's manufactured goods. So totally right. We see a ton of that in our marketplace, which the good is that our products are cheaper. The bad is that the manufacturing of those components are being given to other countries rather than workers here. And I'll tell you, the group of people that, the stuff that we're doing with downtown, our primary focus is to first retain the jobs that we already have. I do not want any more jobs going elsewhere. So if we have companies that people want to retire, we are interested in keeping your companies running so the jobs that you've already created stay here. And I know there's a lot of business owners that can't sell or, their company's in distress. Don't give up that company without calling me first, okay? I want you to call me so that I have a chance at surviving that business and preserving those jobs. Because when I have, the rehabbing of the company and it comes back to life and the jobs are here, I'm going to grow it too. So, number one, I talked to a group of MCCTC students this week. And part of both of my talks here were that we have amazing schools. We have amazing high schools. We have amazing trade schools. We have an amazing university that's sitting down there. You know what they're putting out? Amazingly educated students. Do you know what we don't have here? Jobs for amazingly educated students. So if you want to make the top tier of whatever, whatever selected job or industry or whatever, you're not going to make the top pay rate here. Now, the cost of living, I mean, everybody's, loves the fact that our cost of living is low, but I want to start fighting to have a higher cost of living because we have labor that's being added. We have retained smart people that stay here instead of constantly hemorrhaging our brightest into other markets. So when you come out as a psychologist or IT or lawyer, doctor, whatever you come out with, I want there to be a job at the top part of the pay rate for you so you stay here. So my group, we are going to retain what we already have and make it solid so that I don't want any CEO to be shutting down a company in our area without calling me first. And I'm serious about that because, I've endured too many of my customers that go on a 1 or 2 year, try to offload it to either someone who will buy it or someone who just take it over, and they can't trust anybody to do it, so they close the doors. That's a sin. You've got 20 years of a built business that is the magic sauce, or the secret sauce, the magic behind business and enterprise, and you shut the doors. Right? I don't see loads of entrepreneurs doing high-level manufacturing and in those industries. So once you create that loss for us, we got to catch up again. There's too many of you out there doing it. So please call me first, all right, before you decide to sell it or close it down, and give me a shot at keeping it going because I'm all about keeping the jobs that we have so that we have our employment, that pool of employment grows, and then we're going to go gangbuster on getting our labor rates going up, getting our pay rates going up, getting the specializations in our marketplace, in our field, instead of constantly losing these people. I've said it 3 times now. It irritates me to no end that the bright kids that I talked to this week, most of them will get an amazing education and they'll have to go elsewhere to actually use it. And that sucks for everybody involved. So again, repeat one time, call me before you make the decision that ends up, and I'm not calling you selfish. I'm not saying you're closing your business and you're doing a disservice. You got to do what you got to do, but at least bring me into the equation. And, there are people right now that we're talking with that I have the ability and we have the skill set to rehab your business, grow your business. And if you want to, take a paycheck and go retire down in Florida while your business, remains whole and has growth and sticks to the principles that you set it out with, that's what we're after and doing. So there's, we have companies here that have the top end of ethics and principles, and we're fighting really hard to infuse the companies that we have influence over with those same virtues and those same principles. So this is magical stuff we're doing in this area, and that's why I get kind of talk fast and loud when I get real passionate about it, because this is the stuff that's coming next. And like I said, very excited about it. But again, call me before. you do anything silly like close up a business that has, a great product and great employees, because we're going to do something about it. All right, another text message that came in. I'm sorry, I rambled on that one a little too long. All right, I got to put this one in order. I have to say that the Youngstown area seems to have a complex about cheapness. I have been in stores where people were trying to haggle over the price of shampoo because it was in a discount bin by mistake. I agree with it. We just had a big discussion about this. The race to the bottom means that we have an $800 phone that we bargained, didn't bargain at all. We just paid an $800 phone while I'm going to, try to haggle over something silly like that, right? What's that mentality, that defensive mentality where we're eroding? That is the defensive mechanism when there is limited resources and lack. When we change the culture where we're going the upswing, where we're going after expansion and growth, there's not a defense over lack. It's not trying to chase it to the bottom to get the goopiest stuff at the bottom of the barrel. We're chasing it upwards where I want there to be so much glut of jobs, right, that we have so much to offer and we're producing so much. We got a line at our border with people who are trying to get in, but guess what? Let's let our value go up before we just dilute what our capabilities are. So we can do that and create so much value here. There's so many bright people with great work ethic. We got all of the infrastructure. We get a head start because we can start operating out of that sort of reduced cost of living, but we can propel that into being out competing against those other areas who are they're wallowing. They're not growing because their cost of living is too high and there's no demand for people coming into it. They're eroding. We're eroding for the wrong reasons. We've got perfect potential, but we're eroding for completely different reasons, and we're going to stop that. We're going to start growing, and you're going to be willing to pay somebody a little bit more for a product because it was made by someone who works on it in your community, and that's one of the principles we're infusing on these companies. So 330-729-9977. We're going to take a break, come back, take some more of your phone calls. This is the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.